Welcome, gamers, to your top 10 games of this generation. Now, how do I know your guys' top 10 games of this generation? It's simple. I went through and asked 10 gamers what the top 10 games of this generation were. And I labeled them all a number 1 through 10. If I labeled them number 10, then their 10th choice would be number 10 on this list. If I labeled them number 9, then the 9th choice would be number 9 on this list. If I label them number 8, then their number 8 will be number 8 on this list. Some people didn't reply. Some gamers didn't reply. So some of these gamers will choose more than one of the games on this list. So ready? Here it goes. Number 10, Konami Classics, Volume 1. Chosen by me, because number 10 said he'd make a video about it, but never did. And in Konami Classics Volume 1, you get Super Contra, I think it's Super Contra, Frogger, and the one that will make you want to pay $15 for this collection, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. That's 3 Konami Classics in one, and it's definitely worth $15. And they are all fantastic games. Frogger, not so fantastic. Super Contra, pretty good. Castlevania Symphony of the Night is the game that will make you want to buy this disc. Number 9, Donkey Kong Country Returns, chosen by username AZWiFication. Donkey Kong Country Returns is certainly an amazing platformer. It's a 2D platformer, just like the old Donkey Kong Country games back in the old SNES era. Definitely fun to explore. The music's cool, and it's nice listening to the remastered version of the old Donkey Kong Country music. There are hidden levels for you to unlock. You get your money's worth of this game. It is definitely worth $50 without the unlocked levels, but it's worth $60 with them. Number 8, Metal Gear Solid 4. Number 8 never replied, so again, this one's chosen by AZWiFication. Metal Gear Solid 4 is definitely a great game from what I believe. I haven't played it, though. Metal Gear Solid 4 is probably the best game, if not just one of the best games, of the Metal Gear Solid series. Metal Gear Solid 4 is also one of the best PS3 exclusives. So I don't know much else about Metal Gear Solid 4 because I haven't played it, though, but some people say it's one of the best games ever. And, well, I'll just take their word for it because it sounds amazing. Number 7, Super Paper Mario, chosen by me! This was the first platforming game in the Paper Mario series. The first 2 are just RPGs. This one was a platformer, where you get to play as Mario, Princess Peach, Bowser, and Luigi. They all had their own unique special abilities, and they were all fun to play as. Mario could go 3D, Princess Peach can glide, Bowser could breathe fire, and Luigi had an extra high jump. This game also had a pretty good soundtrack, and reused a lot of music and power-ups from past games. It did have some RPG elements, but it's still a platformer, and one of the best 2D platformers ever. This game did get a bit confusing at times, and they say this game's for 5-year-olds, but people who say that just look at the cover and guess so. Never play it, because this game has some of the hardest puzzles ever in a video game. It's like trying to play through this game without a walkthrough and not struggling is very, very hard to do. I rented it, so I've never done it. Number 6, Perfect Dark Zero, chosen by Ashen Clone. Perfect Dark Zero is a first-person shooter where you play as this is funny, but you play as a female. Now, no offense to females. I love females. But, giggity. But, it's just, in fact, I kind of think it's unique. This is one of the best games where you play as a female. It's one of the best first-person shooters up to date. And is one of the best Xbox 360 exclusives. Some people hate on this game because it's one of the newer games made by Rare, but they're just kind of mad that they left Nintendo and kind of want to hate it, but if they just gave the pure gameplay a chance, it is amazing. Number 5, GoldenEye 007 Wii version, chosen by Nintendo Rules 300. Haven't heard much about GoldenEye Wii, but all I know is that it's an awesome shooter. A lot like Call of Duty, but I hear it's better. So it wasn't exactly a remake of the original N64 one, because they're not very similar, but the core gameplay was, from what I hear, pretty fun. It's nice getting another GoldenEye game that it's nice bringing back the old GoldenEye. This is probably one of the most popular GoldenEye 007 games within a couple of years. But mainly because but most of the people who bought it, or most of the people who are buying this game, probably owned the original N64 version. AG Entertainment, for example. When this game first came out, it was hyped, like shooters on other consoles, such as Black Ops, for example. But it wasn't as hyped up as Black Ops, but a shooter like that being hyped like that is pretty impressive for a Wii shooter. Definitely one of the more underrated ones. I can't wait to get my hands on a copy. You know, if you buy GoldenEye 007 at Walmart, it comes with a t-shirt. I think that's only for a limited time, though. Not sure if they still sell that anymore. Number 4, Monster Hunter Tri, We Love 07. Haven't heard much of this game, and I've never seen a second of gameplay. If I did, I didn't know it was much Monster Hunter Tri. So I can't say much about this game, except there's monsters, you hunt them, and you try hard too. Number 3, Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Again, chosen by We Love 07. Super Smash Bros. Brawl was one of the best fighting games ever made. However, it's not so much because of the combat. It's because of the adventure mode and other things to do in the game that will make you addicted to this awesome game for years, and I mean years, to come. Or months, who knows. But all I know is that this game has gotten millions upon millions of addicts, and there are tons of people who play it of all ages. For a time, it was one of those awesome games of this gen, which it still is, but for a time, it actually was a game that attracted core gamers to the Wii. And when I say core gamers, I'm not talking like, like actual like hardcore gamers. I'm talking like people who like shooters and fighters and stuff like that. Number 2, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, chosen by Ashen Clone. Pokemon is an RPG series that started on the Game Boy. Pokemon is the only cartoon that is owned by Nintendo that is still easy to find on the air today. And Pokemon trading cards is Nintendo's final form of successful trading cards. The RPGs are fun to play, are like Zelda, and the RPG. The battle systems aren't as organized as Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside the Story, but hey, this is your list, not mine. Some might argue to say that the Game Boy ones are better. I kind of disagree. But I haven't played too much of the new ones. So, I'll take your word for that the new ones are good. I hope to get my hands on a copy sometime. And number 1 is Super Mario Galaxy. Yep, you heard me right. Now, Super Mario Galaxy was not just chosen by AZ Wi-Fi-cation. It was also chosen by WeLover07. Not only was it chosen by AZ Wi-Fi-cation and WeLover07, it was also chosen number 1 by Nintendo Rules 300. Many people thought this game was number 1, which is why I chose it for number 1. The real guy I chose number 1 as never replied. And Super Mario Galaxy is a fun 3D platformer. It is one of the best 3D platformers up to date. It is one of the best on the Wii. It is certainly a fun, colorful game, and the Lumas are very creative characters. It's like, who comes up with this stuff? Turns out that you're able to unlock Luigi at the end of the game, once you collect all 120 stars. Some people say once you collect 60 stars, it's the end of the game because you get to see the ending. But I disagree. I say the 60 star point is only the halfway point. It just gives you the credits as a reward for completing the game halfway. You still have 60 more stars to go to unlock Luigi and beat the full game. But that's what I think. It is certainly an amazing game. And it is hard to deny that this is a great game. Mainly the people who say it sucks are the people who have never played it before and are usually just jealous of you playing an amazing game that they haven't. That, or they're crazy. The graphics are some of the best at the time. Not quite the best on Wii, but Metroid Other M and Super Mario Galaxy 2 now look better, but it still looked amazing for the Wii game at the time. For a Wii game at the time, I meant to say. Although I wanted Super Mario Galaxy 2 to be on this list, remember, this is your list, not mine. So thanks for watching your guys' top 10 games of this generation. Hope to see you next time and watch my top 10 games of this gen soon.